Super. So thank you for coming on for day 3. Today we are going to be talking about Proloquo4Text. And to get things rolling, if you want to follow along on your iPad and you have not done the startup wizard for this application, here on the screen are the directions for that, and you can go ahead and get started on that. It walks you through it, so it's you shouldn't have any issues with that. And I'll give you a second for that, and then we will go ahead and get started. So considerations for selection. The user is literate. They are comfortable with text-based communication. They prefer direct select and/or use an on-screen or external keyboard. They use the keyboard to enter text in other apps or online searches. They rely on word prediction to reduce keystrokes. Proloquo4Text uses PolyPredicts, which is a self-learning multi-word word prediction engine that reduces typing efforts by 50%. For example, by typing I and WA, the multi-word prediction of I want appears as a selection. Individuals may not want to use Proloquo4Text if symbol-based communication is their primary means for creating a message, or if they have difficulty reading or remembering words. I could send a link out to this video later on, and you could check it out on your own. It's just like a 2.5-minute video. Sorry about that. It always happens when you need it most. It's not going to work. Let's talk about the interface for the application. So, number 1 on the screen, the little globe is the language toggle. It's located above the text when more than one language has been made active in settings, and it allows you to switch between those languages. When I first logged on, I only had one language indicated, and so the globe wasn't there. It wasn't until I made a second language active that the globe appeared on my screen. To share a message on the text pad via text, email, or social media, tap on the square with the arrow pointing up just above the text pad. The share icon is only available when something has been entered on the text pad. Tap the 4 outward pointing arrows above the text pad to enter full screen view. While in full screen view, you can tap on the 2 triangles in the lower left-hand corner of the screen to make the view flip upside down. This is helpful if you type a message and want to show it to an individual you're interacting with. Tap on the X in the lower right-hand corner of the screen to exit full screen view. To access options, tap on the cog or gear located above the text pad. Here you can edit settings within the app. The text pad is in the middle of the screen and is where you enter your message. Tap the play pause button at the bottom of the text pad to speak the message. The sound icon at the bottom of the text pad does not appear in my version of the application, but it's possible that it was from a previous version, or that in my default settings, somehow it's preventing it from being there. But that's that little, next to number 7, that little black speaker with the lines coming off of it. To clear the text pad, tap the X icon at the bottom right-hand corner of the window. After a message has been deleted, tap on the circular arrow to make the most recently deleted message reappear on the text pad. To hide the windows on the left-hand and right-hand sides of the screen, tap the block visibility toggles with the vertical line and the arrow pointing outward, located in the upper left-hand and right-hand corners of the screen. Tap the pencil icon to the right of phrases and to the left of quick talk in order to add or edit messages that will be frequently used. To access saved phrases, sentence prediction, and conversations, tap on the drop-down arrow in the upper left-hand corner of the screen until the desired option is indicated and the window on the left-hand side of the screen is populated. To hide that window, tap the vertical line with the arrow pointing left in the upper left-hand corner of the screen. To access quick talk or message history, tap on the drop-down arrow in the upper right-hand corner of the screen until the desired option is indicated in the window on the right-hand side of the screen. To hide that window, tap the vertical line with the arrow pointing right in the upper right-hand corner of the screen. Word and sentence prediction appear at the top of the keyboard. Tap the hide keyboard icon at the bottom of the keyboard to hide the keyboard. Okay, so personalized language and voice. I'm gonna take a drink really quick. Okay, so to change a voice, I'm going to demonstrate this afterwards, but to change the voice, tap on the options menu icon, the little cog or gear, and select language and speech. After you do that, you select manage languages and toggle automatic to off. Select the desired language. English and Spanish come active in the application default settings. To listen to the installed voice, tap voice and tap on the checked name. Preview downloadable voices by tapping on the speaker icon to the right of them. If you prefer one of the voices available for download, tap on the voice name and then tap download. Select your new voice and a check mark will appear to the right of it. To go back to the language menu, tap the top left arrow next to your selected language. Now toggle active to on. This part of the menu provides options to alter speech rate, pitch, and to customize the pronunciation of words. To exit the settings menu, tap on the text pad. To deactivate a language, tap on the options menu icon and tap languages and speech. Tap manage languages under the languages section. Toggle the automatic to off to view or edit other languages available. To deactivate a language, select an active language and toggle active to on. If you're bilingual, multiple languages and keyboards can be made active. Keyword languages. Note, to change the keyword language, you must have chosen at least one other language when you personalize your language and voice in the previous activity. So, okay, so I'm going to go back and I'm going to walk through that in the actual predictable application. Okay, so I'm going to select to go to options. I'm going to select the little cog icon at the top of the screen. And then I'm going to select language and speech. Select manage languages. And already my automatic is toggled to off. So if it's not already, you could do that. And then select the desired language. And then mine came with English and Spanish. Right now it's set on English. And to listen to the installed voice, so right now if I wanted to listen to Rod.
Hi, I'm Rod, the male American English speech synthesis voice from Acapella. Efficient, fast, and of very high quality. Why not try me out with your own words?
And like I said before, I always feel like he's speaking a little bit slower there than he's going to be speaking in the actual application. So if that's too slow for you, I would give it a try first, speak an actual phrase before you try to speed that up. Okay, so once I preview that, if I want to preview one of the downloadable voices, let's say Ryan here, I tap on the speaker.
Hi, I'm Ryan, the male American English speech synthesis voice from Acapella. Efficient, fast, and of very high quality.
All right, enough of Ryan. So, and if you prefer for one of the voices that are downloadable for, that are available for download, don't press on the speaker, you're gonna press on the name that's next to that voice. So I would tap on the name Ryan, and then it gives me the option to download. So I'm gonna cancel that. And then once I download the voice, it will appear at the top, and I have to.
Hi, I'm
Hi,
Okay, I gotta listen
I'm
to that guy again.
Rod,
Sorry.
the male American
Make sure the
English
check mark
speech
is next to his
synthesis
name.
voice from acapella. Efficient, fast, and a very
All right, Rod. Okay. So, and then now the active is toggled to blue. This is going to allow me to switch between the language on the keyboard. Now, I find I have, it could jump to the other language sometimes on accident. So I actually toggle this off so I could manually change the language if I want to. So I'm going to toggle, oh, sorry, here's where I toggle it. So it would be automatic. It's going to change automatically, and this is off where I have to change it manually on from the keyboard screen. Okay, so I'm going to go back, and then if I want to exit this screen, I'm going to tap on my message window, and it goes away. Now I don't have my globe there, so I'm going to go back in the settings, and I think I have to put that to automatic to get to, oh, I know why. I didn't have a second one, second language enabled. So I'm going to enable, make French active. So now I went in and French is active. And it only lets me activate it if I already have a voice selected, and I have Bruno selected previously. I downloaded that before. And I go back again. And now I have my globe in the upper, just above the left-hand side of my message window. So when I have my keyboard up, if I press on that, see how all my phrases and quick talk switch from English to French. And if I have my French keyboard enabled through the app to the iPad itself, it would switch there as well. Okay. So if I'm going to deactivate a language, go back to my options, and I am language and speech, manage languages, and automatic is already toggled to gray, which is where it needs to be for this. And I'm going to go into French, and I toggle active to off. And you see my little globe disappeared, and it's no longer available. Okay, so going back to the application or the PowerPoint. Okay, through this. All right, let's talk about changing keyboard languages. We just kind of talked about that a second ago. I'm going to show you how to do it. So, and I'm going to walk through this on here, and then I'm going to demonstrate it. So to edit the keyboard settings, I'm going to tap on the text pad to view the keyboard. Press down on the globe until the keyboard list appears. Select keyboard settings. To add a new keyboard to the iPad settings, press the iPad home button and tap the iPad settings icon. Select General from the left margin menu. Then select Keyboard, and then for the new menu, select Keyboards, plural. Tap Add a new keyboard, scroll down and select a new keyboard language. Then press the home button on the iPad to exit the settings. And then go back into the Proloquo4Text app, and you tap on the keyboard globe to switch to the keyboard, or press and hold the globe to open up a keyboard list and select the keyboard. Create a message with a different language. You ensure the user profile has downloaded the correct languages and activate them. Press play in the text pad to speak the bilingual language. So let's try that out. All right, so let's just really quickly, I'm gonna enable French on here. Make that active. All right, so now if I just tap on it, it switches, or if I press and hold, it gives me a list and switch that way. Okay. All right, so I'm gonna press the iPad home button and the gray cog at the top, click on that. It takes me to iPad settings. And I'm already in the general, so, but if you're not there already, hit general. And then go down to and hit keyboard. And at the top of here, I'm gonna hit keyboards, plural. And then add a new keyboard. And so my wife speaks French, so that's why I went with French. We have 3 from French options. I'll go French from France. And I'm gonna say accented QWERTY. Okay, now I can exit these settings and go back into the application. And that's gonna, so now if I start typing, it's gonna, if I start typing English, it's gonna tell me I'm spelling stuff wrong. Like bird is different, so if I put bird, well, there it is. That's how it goes. It thinks I'm typing the right word. I don't know what I've done wrong now, but let's see here. So French. There is a bird on my fence. Well, okay, so my demo went awry. So I'll have to figure out what I messed up in these steps. It would work for me every other time. So, and then if I'm guessing if I hit play, I'll be in English.
Thérèse a bird on my fence. Thérèse a bird
Well,
on
at
my
least I
fence.
speak with a French accent, so that's something, I guess. But I'll have to figure this out, and I'll email out what our solution is. Sorry for that. All right, I'm gonna switch back to the presentation. All right, so within the application, there are 6 quick blocks, and the quick blocks is where it's gonna help you speak as quickly and efficiently as possible. The way it's appearing in the picture, it's gonna be the top, the 3 that are on the top are going to be lifted shown on the left-hand side of the page, and the 3 on the bottom are going to be shown on the right-hand side of the page. So quick block 1 is phrases, quick block 2 is conversations, and quick block 3 is sentence prediction. Now they're actually all occupy the same block, and as you tap on where it says phrases, you tap on it, it's going to switch to conversations. Tap again, it's going to switch to sentence prediction. Then quick block 4 is quick talk, quick block 5 is history, and quick block 6 is word prediction. Now, in order for word prediction to appear, you have to enable that in the settings, and we'll get to that later on. And those are going to all appear in the right-hand margin and so you click on quick talk to get to history, and history to get to word prediction. So the first quick block for phrases, so you can store common phrases, sentences, and paragraphs. And quick talk, that's used for interjections and expressions that you want to quick access to while communicating. And then the 4th quick block, which is history, you would use the history to easily say something that you've already said previously in the conversation. The 5th quick block is word prediction, and then you would use that to speed up your typing. And then sentence prediction is the last quick block, and with that, you have quick access to the most commonly used sentences that start with a text that you've already typed. Okay, so let's demonstrate this. So I'm gonna walk through this on here and then we're gonna demonstrate it. So you're gonna tap the pencil icon to edit labels. And that's, I'm sorry, this is gonna be on phrases. Next phrase, you're gonna tap the pencil icon to edit the labels. And at the bottom of that, you're gonna hit add to add labels in item or categories. Tap select to be able to delete or move items. Tap the arrow icon to hide and retrieve the quick block window. And then tap the plus icon to store TextPad content into a new conversation. So adding phrases. So you would tap the pencil icon in the phrases quick block. Then you select the category you wish to edit or tap add to add an item. In the text to speak box, type the message. Tap the keyboard icon to exit the keyboard or scroll through the item menu with your finger. Enter the item name in the label text box. Within the item menu, you'll be able to edit the message, label, background color, whether it's hidden or not, and voice properties specific for that category. Select done when you are finished editing the item. To delete a phrase category, you enter the phrase quick block, tap the pencil icon in the phrases quick block, press select, tap the category label, tap action, and then delete. Select done in the phrase block and done in the right-hand corner to exit the edit mode. And then duplicating and relocating. To do so, you're going to tap the pencil icon in the phrases quick block, press select, and tap a category label, tap action, tap copy. To relocate a copied item to a different category or quick block, tap back, tap on the blue arrow next to the category name, and then tap action, and then tap paste. To copy the category within the same category, tap action and tap paste, and then you tap done. And we're gonna go through this, so I know it's kind of like drinking through a fire hose right now, but as soon as I'm done going through the steps, I'm gonna illustrate them in the application. So phrases, so to store TextPad messages, you're gonna type a message in the TextPad and then press and hold on the text. Widen or narrow the selection with the blue highlight cursor and tap create phrase. So to hide categories, you would tap on the pencil icon. In the phrases quick block, tap select. Then select the category you wish to edit from the scroll menu. A checked blue circle will appear upon selection. Toggle the hidden settings to blue, and I say blue, that's because that's the default setting. If you change the colors of your application, it's going to change probably what that selection tab is, but mine's set for blue. So you might set your main color for green, but if it has a color, it's on. If it's grayed out, it's off. And then when you set it to blue, the category will be hidden. Then toggle the settings to gray to unhide a category and tap done. Okay, so let's go in the application and let's try this out. Okay, so first we're going to, let's add a phrase. So I'm gonna tap the, let's see, I'm gonna switch to English so I know what I'm doing. I'm gonna tap the pencil icon. Okay. And then I'm gonna Well, let's see. Let me add something to one of my categories. So let's see. How about meals? And in the, so I'm going to, in the text to speak box. So at this point, I'll hit add an item, and I'll say I love. I'm probably gonna spell this wrong because I don't know if it's Chick-fil-A. So is it? Oops. I'm not sure if it's with a K in there. Well, I know I'm so definitely spelling it wrong, but my daughter would be upset with me. It's her favorite. Definitely not Chuck-fil-A. That's my. It's something like this, I promise. Okay. And there it is. It appears at the bottom. I just mutilated that name, I think. Hopefully they're not sponsoring this training. Okay. So, and then so now that's how you add that. And then, and in order to delete a phrase category, so we're gonna hit the pencil icon. Click on the phrase, I love Chick-fil-A. Oh, shoot. Oh, sorry. Sorry, back up. Click on the phrases quick block pencil, hit select, meals, click on I love Chick-fil-A, action, delete, and then confirm deletion, and done. And then I'm gonna click back in the upper left-hand corner to exit edit mode. Okay, so if I want to duplicate and relocate a message, so let's say there's a message that I've typed out that's going to be good for two different categories. So sports, sports writer. Actually, a backup. So I'm going to tap the pencil icon. So tap the pencil icon, press select, and tap action. Tap the category label, so I'm just tap sports, and then action. And I'm gonna select copy. Here, go in there and copy. And then to relocate the copied item to a different category, quick block, tap the back button. And then tap on the blue arrow. So I'll actually gonna tap on the about me. I'm gonna add it as an item. So add item. No, that's not true. Tap on the blue arrow, action, paste, and then it appears there. And then I am done and back. Okay, and that's how I hit back to exit edit mode. Okay, if I want to store a text pad message, so let's go back to our text pad by hitting done. And I love the Oakland A's, which I do. So if I want to store this message in the text pad, I'm going to press and hold the text, and it's highlighted Oakland. And I'm going to, with my finger, I'm going to drag those little edges of it to cover the whole message. I'm gonna hit create. Oops. Huh. So before it was saying create phrase. It looks like somehow, I think I disabled something in my application that is making some things difficult for me today. Okay, here, so here is, maybe it was already, maybe I've already, oh, I know why, because I think I already had that phrase already existed in my phrase quick shortcuts. So I went to my history, and here's a phrase that I had not already put in my shortcut. So I highlight that, I click on create phrase, and then it automatically appears in my phrases as a category. There's a bird on my fence. Okay, so if I want to hide a category, so I'm going to tap on the little pencil icon, and I'm going to tap on select. Then I'm going to select the category I want to hide. So let's hide my bird category. And then I am going to get the little check blue circle. Okay, and then so on the right, you can see the options for the for this category, and where it says hidden, I'm going to toggle that little blue switch to on, and now it's hidden. And when I hit done, the category will be grayed out and not visible. Okay. So just like me, the more you do it, it's going to get easier and easier to go to navigate how to get the phrases on and off, and how to put them in more than one location, and how to make the best use out of them. Okay. So let's go back to the presentation. Okay. Conversations are created within the text pad and can be used to store longer messages. To create a conversation, you tap on the text pad and use the keyboard to type a new message. When you're done, tap the plus icon to add the current text pad content to the conversation quick block. To create a conversation with stored phrases, tap the phrase you wish to enter on the text pad, then press the plus icon. To delete a conversation, select the conversation within the conversation quick block to appear in the text pad. Then tap the X icon to delete the text pad and conversation from the quick block. All right, let's show that. Okay, so I'm going to bring up conversations, and I'm going to type something. I have an accent. Let's see. Because I am struggling a little bit with my keyboard, I'm going to disable French. Okay. I guess it's just going to be there. Okay. Actually, you know what? So it's not too confusing. I'm going to disable it from the iPad as well. Okay. Okay. So the mako shark is the fastest shark in the ocean. All right, so I want to, so if I want to make that a conversation, so now that I get my little left block, it's on phrases, I go to conversations, the little plus arrow, plus symbol next to it. I click on that and it just immediately pops into my conversations. So if I want to create a conversation with stored phrases, I navigate to the phrases. And let's see if I went, I love the Oakland A's. I'm a huge Sacramento Kings fan. And now I'm going to go hit back to my conversations, hit the plus sign, and now that's going to appear there in my conversations as well. So to delete a conversation, I'm going to select the conversation within the conversation quick block. And now it appears on my text pad. And I hit the X arrow, the circle X at the bottom, and deletes it from there and out of my conversation. And that's it. Quick Talk. Use Quick Talk for interjections and expressions that you want to express, you want quick access to while communicating. This makes it easy to make a quick comment without disrupting the text you are working on in the text pad. By default, a tap on a Quick Talk item automatically speaks, and it does not insert the text into the text pad. This can be modified in the Speak Items section of the language and speech options, and we'll see that later on. When you touch and hold any Quick Block title, a pop-up list will appear, allowing you to switch directly to a specific Quick Block. All right, let's show that. Okay, so the Quick Blocks is going to be on the right-hand side, in the right-hand column. And so if I just tap on patience.
Please be patient while I write my message.
So it says patience, and it has a stored message that isn't just patience. It has a message, and you could edit those to however you want that to speak.
Can you help me? Excuse me. Not so good.
Okay. And then if I tap, see where it says Quick Talk, if I tap and hold that, now a little drop down. So rather than tapping it to get to the next one, I could just go directly to word prediction by tapping, holding, and then hitting word prediction. And you could do that in the conversation, phrases, and sentence prediction side as well. Okay. History. Use the history quick block to easily say something that you have said before. So tapping will insert text in the text pad. Touching and holding on the text will speak it immediately. Text is added to the history quick block anytime you use the play button. You could change its behavior in the speak item section of the language and speech options. So let's see this. So I'm going to go to history. So if I click on something I said previously, the weather this summer has been amazing so far. I hope we don't have too many 100-degree days ahead of us. Now, if I touch and hold, so if I get rid of that, if I touch and hold that.
The weather this summer has been amazing so far. I hope we don't have too many 100-degree days ahead of us.
And if I just tap it, it pops into the text field. Okay. Excuse me, I can get a drink. Okay, prediction settings. To edit the keyboard prediction appearance, you're going to tap on the options icon, select appearance, scroll down to keyboard prediction setting, edit text, font size, color, and style. Exit back to the options menu by tapping the back arrow to the left of the options. And to edit the word prediction settings, from the options menu, select prediction. You can set learning to learn all words, correctly spelled words, or it can be turned off. You can change the max number of suggestions from 2 words to as many as will fit on the page. And sentence prediction can be arranged alphabetically and by likelihood. So let's look at that. All right, so if I'm going to edit the keyboard appearance, so I'm going to tap on the options little cog, select appearance. I'm going to scroll down, and the keyboard appearance. Oh, keyboard prediction, and I see where it says font, so I clicking on that, and here I could change the font size, the color, and the font type. And right now, these are the default settings. All right, and if I want to edit the word prediction settings, so I click on my cog, and I select prediction. And here I have word prediction on. I turned auto spacing off, and if I have it on, so every time I click on something that they're predicting, it automatically puts a space in there. But I'm so programmed to hit the space bar myself that I find I always have an extra space. So rather than do that, I just turn the auto spacing off. Multi-word prediction, so it's going to show me more than one word. And I have it set to learn all words, but you could change it off or just the correctly spelled ones. I probably should have just the correctly spelled ones. And then max suggestions 5. You could change that. It could be 10, as many as will fit, or you can just do less if you don't want that much on there. And you could put it alphabetical or likelihood. I like likelihood. I don't have to read as much. It's quicker for me to just pick the first one if it's the most likely suggestion. And of course, it's going to continue to learn what you're doing the more you use this application, and it's going to get better and better on predicting what you're most likely going to have in that first spot. So what it says for me now, it might be different for me in 2 months after using this application a lot. So. And then to exit this menu, just options, or you can click on the message window, and then you're done. You can control the appearance of the text pad and the quick blocks. This can allow for better control over visibility and contrast of text versus background, depending on a user's visual needs and personal preferences. So you would tap on the options icon, select appearance. You can edit the font, background color, location of controls, and text highlighting. Then tap on the text pad to exit the options menu. All right, let's look at that. Okay, so click on my options cog, select appearance. And so it's set for large icons. If I click on that, if I turn that first toggle on, let's leave that on. And then just like that one, I could change my font size, my full screen font, My background color right now is set for sky blue. My controls are set for the bottom. I could put them on the top. My speech indicator, let's see, let's make that always visible. And text highlight is going to highlight the word, and my highlight color is set for green. And quick blocks. So here's where when you get this default setting, it's going to be word prediction will be off. It'll be like that. So I've turned it on to make it available in my quick block on the right side of my screen. And so that way, and now everything is, all my quick blocks are enabled. I can disable ones I don't use if I so choose. So if I don't want conversations in there, I can go and disable that if I like. And I could also choose the margin they're in too. So right now it's set for left margin, but if I wanted it on the right and I wanted history on the left, I could switch those by changing the right and left position. And then once you're done editing, you can click back in the text pad. Okay. Okay, backup and restore. It's important to regularly make backups, which can be stored outside of the device. Many users save backups to Dropbox and Google Drive. It's important when you are trying to use Dropbox, you need to set up your Dropbox application on your iPad beforehand, and then you could log into it once you try to access it through the application. Backups and restoring users are done through the Dropbox account or Google Drive, for that matter. I actually have both of them linked to this one, so I could do both at the same time or choose one or the other. So to back up the device, you're going to go into Options, tap on Backups, toggle to either Dropbox integration or Google Drive integration, and they turn those on, or one or both on. You'll be redirected to Dropbox or Google Drive to confirm, and then you hit Allow. Select Backup, and it'll have your username. Backup your name now, and then this will create an external backup onto the device. To restore an existing backup, use Restore and Backup. Well, actually, before I move on, I want to show that really quick. We're going to get done earlier today because this presentation is a little shorter than predictable and Go Talk Now. So we're closing in on the end. But so I want to demonstrate these so there's as little confusion of this as possible. All right, so go to Options. And we'll say this, every time you go to options, it's going to take you to the last page of the options you are on. So if you go there, I had to go out of the appearance side by hitting the little back arrow. And so now it gets back to the original options menu. And it's like, so I click backups from here. Excuse me. All right, so you see I have the Dropbox integration and the Google Drive integration both toggled on. So that's how you need to have it. Or if you only want one of those, just toggle one of those on. And then you'll be redirected to the Dropbox or Google Drive to confirm. And that's where you're going to select backup your username now. Okay. Exporting backups. So you want to regularly export backups to avoid losing application customizations. To back up to Dropbox, a Dropbox account must already be created on the device within the Dropbox application. So you're going to tap on Options, tap on Backups, and tap on Export Backups. Select the backup file to be exported, and you may have to scroll up or down depending on how many you have listed there. and then select Export to Dropbox or Export to Google Drive. After you receive a message that says successfully exported to either Dropbox or Google Drive, you tap OK. To import a backup from Dropbox, tap Import Backups, tap Dropbox. Select the document file in the Dropbox menu and tap Import. So let's look at that in the application. Okay. So from our first options menu, we have backups again. Tap on Export Backups. So here's a list of, and so I'm just go to my most recent one. So it's would be yesterday at 6:04 p.m. And then I could export to Dropbox, export to Google Drive, export to iTunes. I don't know if I have iTunes even set up on here yet, so, or I could share it. And I guess that sharing could be helpful if you have someone else likes the way you have your application set up. You could share that to them as well. And so I hit Export to Google Drive. Here's my message, hit OK, and that's done. And then if I want to import, see where it says Import Backups, click on that. And then I'm going to tap, let's say Dropbox. There's nothing there. Tap on Google Drive because I just did my export. So there's my export I just did. I'll tap on that. And do you want to import this file from Google Drive? Import. And this already exists. Do you want to replace it? Sure. And it says, it was successfully imported. Do I want to perform the restore with Scott now or later? I'll just say later. I don't know how long it's going to take. So that's it. So it's easy to restore backups in Dropbox and Google Drive. So to import a backup, you tap on Options, tap on Backups, tap on Import Backups. And that's what we just demonstrated. And then to restore backup, Options, tap on Backups, and then you tap on Restore to Backup. And then you choose on the backup that you would like to restore, then tap Restore, whatever your username is, to begin the restore. The link here on the page is that's all these the export and importing of the backups and the restoring. It's all on the AssistiveWare website, and they go in detail with pictures as well. Okay, so let's try out some of the features. So I'm not going to spend a ton of time on the next few slides, just because we've talked about this in the last two presentations, but I will go over a little bit quickly here. So communicating in person versus communicating at a distance. So when using a voice options iPad, an individual has the opportunity to speak with others in a variety of settings. And this may be the first time they've had the opportunity to talk on the phone independently or have a conversation with an audible voice. When communicating with you, some individuals with excuse me, complex communication needs, or CCN, have no discernible verbal speech. Others may use a little bit of verbal speech that can be understood if it is accompanied by signs, facial expressions, gestures, or no or low-tech communication systems. AAC systems are a tool that can be considered for anyone with a CCN. Many individuals with CCN depend upon a combination of multiple strategies to use of total communication, in which the communication partner can see them and hear their device or verbal speech. So when you can hear and see me, so vocalizations, context, communication, signs, facial expressions, gestures. And then if you could only hear me, now I just realized these slides got switched somehow. Vocalizations, context, communication device. So ignore what I have on the slide. When we send out the PowerPoints, it'll have that corrected. So the purpose of a phone script. So like we've already talked about, this is really important for, especially for phone communication. And a phone script allows individuals to prepare for communicating over the phone by pre-constructing the main points that need to be communicated during the phone conversation. Phone script helps speed up the communication, get the main point across concisely and accurately, and control the conversation and repair breakdowns in the conversation. So some of the examples of phone scripts include to manage the phone call or set expectations. So, hello, I'm using a device to speak. Please be patient, or please bear with me while I use a speech generating device. Greetings and closings. Hi, how are you? See you later. Repair breakdowns. Do you understand me? Does that make sense? And it's helpful to compose the main points of what needs to be communicated ahead of time. So many of us communicate via email, chat applications, and social media. Once a message has been composed, you can easily send it over email, a chat app, or social media. Sending a composed message via email or to social media app is super easy. Let's say I want to post a message on Twitter. So you create your message. You're going to press on the box with the up arrow and select the app icon where you want to send your message. All right, so let me show you this. Okay, so let's say my weather message. And I just tapped that from history. So the box with the arrow pointing up, press on that. And now a list of icons, press, and there's Twitter is the first one. Press on Twitter. And it takes me right to Twitter, and all I have to do is hit tweet to send it out. And it's easy as that. Okay, support options. So tap on options menu, the little gear cog, and then near the bottom of the list that pops up, select support. Here you have access to the manual and online support. So let me show you that. Okay, so go back to my initial options screen, and at the bottom, close to the bottom, you see support. Click on that. Okay, so if I have a question about some kind of operation of the application, click on manual, and it's super great because the contents come up. It's all broken down by exactly what you're looking to do, so you can navigate that and hopefully find the answer to your question. And they even have the option to export the manual down on the bottom left-hand corner. So, but if that's no help to me, I close that down. And if I click on online support, it's going to take me right to SystemWare's their support page on their website for the application. And on the left-hand side is all the help overview topics. So the basics, edit, organize, and then each one of those is a drop-down box that gives you more specific parts for each one of those main subjects. Adjust the speech output. So delete or download a voice, change how the voice sounds in Proloquo4Text. Then troubleshooting, and then there's a list of videos. And then if for some reason you still have a question, or maybe you feel like there is a chance that your app just isn't working right, on this page, if you scroll down, there's a link that says contact support. If I click on that, it's going to pop up an email little page, and I put in my question, category, my name, and my email address, and then click the I'm not a robot and send that. And that'll go right to AssistiveWare's support team. And they may ask you, because of what your question was, they may ask, well, we need you to send us an email log file to our support email. Okay. If they ask you that, when you go into when you're still on that same support tab, which is manual and online support, under get help, email log file to support. Now, if I had logged into my email through the iPad, it would take me straight to my email and allow me to send this straight to their support team. But it's right there underneath the towards the bottom of the support tab. And I know that was short, but there was it was a little less complex in a lot of ways than some of the other applications. And a lot of the functions are dual functions, so you could do a lot of different things from one place, and that's what helps speed up some of the communication, which is why demonstrating this application is quicker. So I want to at this moment, open this up for any questions. Okay, so if you don't have any questions for me, I encourage you to play with this application today and this evening, and then if you come across something that you want to have a question on, just let me know tomorrow morning and tomorrow's training, and we can talk about it then. And then I appreciate your time. Thank you.
Thank you, everybody. This is Kevin. We'll see you tomorrow.